开始了。
不，他们还在这里。
最好是啊，来了一会儿，别回了。哎呀，把老航名忘了，这事儿呢，我跟你说，一会儿补一会儿回去改。那你送他到车站那个回去。不是那谁还要请吃饭那个？
可以吃午饭。
不行，把这鱼都给你。老陈哪儿去了？老陈哪儿去了？
在我车上，他在厕所在我车。
啊？他不出来的？爱不来，这么大好的形象。前一个这有没有他都有，那个破坏力很大啊。姓张那个破坏力很大，脑袋有问题。
竖起来你也在里面才行。
不行，这个都有个好，就没拿三脚架。不行，那夹坏了，不行，夹不住，哗一下倒了手机就。不行，那更不行，那不行。不用，我就把它翻过来，我就在这。不行。搁这个你这个夹子，倒不了，
这是合照。
往这边靠，你别把这个倒了，
离远点。倒不了，可以，咱声儿会响，不能撅，一撅它那个出漏就出了。放上了，
这跑不了了，
都在里面。
这个绿人，
你俩快点啊！
看有巨大的，尝一下，对，稍等一下。
大使馆的那个傻逼们也不出来呀，你还整个你在里，别逗了。陈世元。 可以，你得申请。快点，你俩。老陈，这是这个徐大姐给你的，拿过去。
等一下，春燕还要给钱给你哦。
徐月，
先放这里。
徐月平，
顶住个嘢啊！
徐月平给大家看，拿出一盒给大家。
我先放。来，我同你攞住一盒啊，陳啊。
这是那个上海访民徐月平啊，特意给他空运过来的啊，给这个老陈啊，因为他这个胳膊腿都疼啊，现在给他弄个这个，这等于给这家做广告呢。徐月平啊，访民徐月平。
照片我又给我拿大陆喇叭，然后那个
好，
翻译，
可以
翻译过来。好，
一会儿再给那谁说一下。
跟谁说？那谁怎么说？我咱们怎么安排？
徐月平，记住了啊，就给你看手那个啊。徐月平，
是吧？
医师对。对，我先看着你们先站好了，站好了，我在这看着，喊两嗓子，喊两嗓子。哈哈哈。往这边靠点，往这边靠点，对，靠过来1米，对对对，往前，台阶往前来，啊，前这站台阶上，对。对，我们上午的这个在洲际酒店啊，这个春燕、文君，还有这个于春香大姐，还有万凤啊，浩东是后来的，老杭后来了，现在赶得过来，还有这个国伟老艾福荣。那个于大姐今天又创造了一下历史啊！有说是越南那个总理，有说是日本外相，那个我看像中山，中山就是那个吴仪的小鲜肉啊。你们那个陈香薇那个老乡，中山是你老乡？够长吗？够长吗？不够长吧？啊，让那个于大姐说几句吧。今天她创造历史，对你自己拿喇叭说，大姐，今天来干啥来了？啊，要翻译，说一句翻一句，啊，我也过去，我得看着你们在不在画面里。对，春燕就别动了，再动出格了啊！我站这边，好。
大家好，我是上海访民春香。今天我来到。Hi everyone, friends from all over the world. My name is Yuchun Xiang. I'm from Shanghai. I'm a peaceful protester an aggrieved petitioner from Shanghai.
我今天来到大使馆，主要是向刘鹤总理送信。
Yes, today I come to the Chinese embassy located in Washington, D.C. in the United States. I want to deliver a letter to Vice Premier Liu He of the People's Republic of China.
我的送信内容就是向刘鹤总理转达我的诉求和冤情。
Yes, I want Vice Premier Liu He I want to explain to Vice Premier Liu He my grievances in China. Why I have to want to deliver the letter to him in this way.
我的名字叫余春香，我们家移动私房是我们家组团的，在2002年。
My name is Yuchun Xiang. I'm from Shanghai. I'm 67 years old. I'm 67 years old. My property, I own a property. It's a heritage from my ancestors. I have that property in Shanghai.
2002年，上海政府动用非法拆迁打着旧区改造的旗号，对我们家的整栋私房实行没有任何手续偷拆了我一栋私房。
In 2002, the Shanghai government, without any due process, robbed me of my properties.
当时我因为身体不好，在医院里面。等到我出院了，我们家整栋私房和财产就没有了。
At that time, I was sick and I was in hospital. So when I got out of hospital, my property was already dismantled. Yes, my property, my building was already dismantled by the Shanghai government.
上海达安锦迪公司和他们强联手，没有任何手续，毁灭我们家整栋私房和财产。
Okay. So in 2002, two Shanghai companies, one of the companies is Jing'an, because Jing'an is a subway company. Okay, and another company is called 另外一家公司叫什么？另外一家公司，锦迪，它是房地产公司。地铁公司哈，锦迪 is a subway company. They want to build a subway in Shanghai. 然后另外一家公司叫什么？它是达安，上海房地区哈。It's the Bureau of Property of Shanghai. These two companies together, they forcefully dismantle my building, my property, without due process and without without justice compensation.
对。
当时我出院见到这个状景，我是痛哭流涕，没有一个上海政府部门受理我的安置要求。
So when I got out of the hospital, my building was already gone, and I cried, and I tried to petition the Shanghainese government for redress of my grievances, and they just turned a deaf ear to my petitions.
我含泪走访了上海所有的政府部门，没有人受理我的案子的要求和报案，警方也不予处理立案。
Okay, so I cried and cried, and I visited all the government departments of Shanghai, and also I denounced the crime to to the Shanghainese police, and nobody cared. Nobody cared. They all turned a deaf ear to my petitions.
在走投无路的情况下，我只能流浪到北京，向北京的所有部门上访告状。
Because the Shanghainese government didn't care, so I had to go to Beijing to petition the central government in Beijing.
北京的政府串通上海政府，至今没有给我解决，而且多次非法关押我在黑监狱，还对我判刑、酷刑、折磨我。
However, the central government in Beijing, they also turned a deaf ear to my petitions, but they also falsely imprisoned me several times, and they also sentenced me to jail for 8 months.
他们
Also, I was tortured when I was in prison.
在上海市静安区看守所里，我被他们手脚铐起来，吊在空中4天3夜。
Okay, so what she describes is very terrible. 那个你们大概想肢体因为管理的不好，对，这样。So 这等等，那你说这是什么？Oh, okay. So this is an iron bar, and then so they put her hands handcuffed on the iron bar, and also her legs. Oh, okay. So her hands were handcuffed and put on the iron bar, and also her legs were also handcuffed and put on the iron bar. So basically, her body was hanging on the iron bar.
寒冷的冬天，
They did that to me for 4天3夜, for 4 days and 3 nights. For 4 days and 3 nights, I spent 4 days and 3 nights hanging in the air on the iron bar, handcuffed.
他们对待我比一般的犯人更残酷，不给我喝水，还不给我衣服穿，冻得我手脚都发黑了。
They treat me like the worst criminals. They were so ferocious in abusing me. They didn't give me water. They didn't give me food. They didn't give me warm clothes. I was so tortured that my hands became black. My nails were black. My whole hands were black. My whole hands were black.
就在这种情况下，我面临的这种折磨，我相信上帝，我天天向上帝祷告，求助上帝。
I have gone through so much physical and psychological torture. Luckily, I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I pray to God every day.
在上帝的光顾下，我连感冒都没有，我战胜了他们对我的酷刑和折磨。8个月我出狱了，我被抓的时候140斤，出狱只有90多斤。
Okay. Thank God, because of my Christian faith, I was able to endure everything. I was in those 8 months. I was able to endure those hell-like 8 months.
我被抓的时候人是很胖的，有140多斤，然后出狱时只有90多斤。
Okay. I used to be kind of fat. So at the time I was in prison, I weighed 70 kilos. But by the time they released me by the time I got out of jail, I only weighed 45 kilos. Okay, so I lost about 20 kilos of weight.
出狱以后，没有人关心我，我继续到北京上访告状，然后一次次被抓回来，刑拘、酷刑、进监、折磨。
So when I got out of jail from the 8-month jail sentence in Shanghai, I went back to Beijing again to petition the central government. And then every time I was sent back by the Chinese central government to Shanghai, and every time I was imprisoned and jailed and tortured. This happens again and again.
在北京，我一次次搬家，为什么？只要警察发现我住在哪里，哪里就出现警察，叫房东赶我走，让我没有安身之地。
When I was in Beijing, I have to move constantly. Why did I have to move constantly? Because every time I settle down, I rent a place and settle down, police would soon find out where I was, and then they will ask my landlord to kick me out, and then I have to keep trying to find another place.
60多岁的我，在北京没有安身之地，只要警察一发现我，马上就抓去刑拘30天，是家常便饭。
Okay, yes. So I have been petitioning. So ever since my house was dismantled in 2002, in the past 18 years, I have been experiencing the same thing. Going to Beijing to petition the central government and being arrested and imprisoned for 30 days and tortured. This happens again and again.
北京没办法待了，我就回到上海，在上海的郊区租了一个房子，但是上海政府还是不让我有了安身之地，叫房东赶我走。我搬了又搬，我真的累坏了。我60多岁的人了，经常搬家，没办法，我来到了美国。
So finally, I went back to Shanghai and tried to rent a place to live in the suburb of Shanghai. But the Shanghai government, again, tries to kick me out many times. I was already over 60 years old, so I have no choice but to escape to the United States.
在我多年的上访中，上海政府一次又一次把我关进精神病院，折磨我，对我手脚都实行绑起来，对我注射，我受尽折磨，然后把我。
So in the past 18 years, I was not only falsely imprisoned by the police, I was also falsely sent to psychiatric hospitals for psychiatric treatments. They gave me pills, they gave me injections.
在精神病院里，他们把我手脚绑起来，对我进行注射。为了保护我，我拼命的挣扎。在精神病院里，他们折磨我，把我手脚绑在床上，对我进行注射。为了保护我，不能受到伤害，我拼命的挣扎。
So in the psychiatric hospital,
上访以后患精神病，永远别想出来。
And then they threatened me. They told me if I dare to go to Beijing again to petition the central government, they will lock me up in psychiatric hospital forever, and I will have no hope to get out of the psychiatric hospital.
在整个拆迁、压迫、摧残我，他还摧残我的唯一的一个儿子。
So in the past 18 years, after they forcibly dismantled my property, they not only persecute me, they also persecute my only son.
他们逼得我儿子4岁就离开了我，无法生活在一起。
So because of the persecution of the Chinese government, my son at the age of 4 had to leave me. So ever since then, we couldn't be together as a family.
当我儿子面临要参军的时候，他们逼我儿子写保证书，跟我脱离关系。
When my son wanted to grow up and wanted to join the Chinese army, they forced my son to sign a letter to break up with me.
我们上海静安区政府甚至召集一帮人到部队里去杀了我儿子，是我儿子没办法在部队，然后就回到老家。
The Shanghai government of the Jing'an district even gathered a group of people to go to the army, where my son was serving in the army. So the police has come. Yeah, the police has come. 警察来了哈。Okay, to molest my son. So my son finally had to leave the army.
然后我的儿子工作又被他们
你主
剥夺了。
动告诉他，以后我们再有10分钟就完事儿。主动告诉他。
在的就是外媒单位做工作，他们没办法再干扰我儿子的工作。我儿子因为我上访胜利。
你说你的，你不用管他，有。拜拜。
Because I have been petitioning the Chinese government, my son's career was negatively impacted. He couldn't find a good job.
现在为了儿子，我只能跟儿子分开。为什么？每次我收到兵变的官员，他们都要去杀了我儿子。我离开中国来到美国，也是为了儿子，为了避开上海政府对我的迫害。
So ever since my son was only 4 years old, we couldn't live together as a family because the Shanghai government would be molesting my son. So for the same reason, I have to escape to the United States so that the Shanghai government wouldn't persecute my son and my family.
我们家的祖传房子是私房，有产证、有房地产证都有，但是上海政府没有按照政策，没有任何手续偷拆我家房子，至今不给1分钱补偿和1个平米。
Okay, so my property were inherited property from my ancestors. I have the ownership certificate. I have all the legal certificates. However, the Shanghai government just dismantled my property without due process and without just compensation.
我儿子84年出 government because he doesn't have a house, he couldn't get married, he couldn't find a wife.
我今天的目的就是向刘鹤总理表示我的冤情，请求刘鹤总理拯救我无辜受冤这么多年的老年人。
So my purpose today is to ask Liu He to tell Liu He my grievances. I'm already a senior citizen. I'm innocent. However, I suffer so much in the past 18 years.
刘鹤总理，救救我们！我们是冤民啊，我们是无辜的冤民，请履行你们党内的政策，对我们实行依法拯救。
Premier Liu He, I'm a peaceful protester
国
and
家法律，国
agreed.
家法律说错了，没有党内政策。你不是党员，人凭什么给你政策？
Okay, so I'm a peaceful protester and agreed petitioner. The Chinese law protects the property of Chinese citizens. So, Premier Liu He, you have a duty, you have a responsibility to let the central government know my grievances and help me.
还我私房，还我财产，还我人权。
Return my property to me. That's my private property. Give me, I have human rights.
就这
你再
样，
说说上午。
今天我们荣幸见到刘鹤团队来美国。我真的在美国，因为我再也回不去了，我年纪大了，也走不动了。我真的在美国向刘鹤总理提出我的诉求和冤情，请求刘鹤总理关注我，拯救我。
I'm already a senior citizen, and I was persecuted in China, so I cannot return to China anymore. So today, I know that the delegation of the People's Republic of China, Premier Liu He, in town in Washington D.C. So I come to want to tell him about my grievances.
11点。
最后，我再重申一下，我们家被拆的房子拥有产证和土地使用证。上海达安紧急公司，一个是国家防疫局单位。
So I would like to reiterate my inherited property. I have ownership certificate and the title for the land. I have all the legal title to my property. However,
上海达安公司是上海防地学部门的一个单位，还有一个是上海地铁公司。
okay, so the two companies that the two entities that persecuted me were the Da'an Company of Shanghai. It belongs to the Land and Property Bureau of Shanghai.
还有一个就是上海景捷公司，它是上海的地铁公司。
哪个景？
And the other entity was the Jingji Company of Shanghai. It's the subway company.
那就是韩正老的干，所有地铁项目都他。
上海达安和景捷，他们都是政府部门，
就是韩正老。
他们没有按照政策偷拆我的私房，资金不还给我，还多次把我关在黑监狱，欺压奴役我。
你现在房子上面盖啥了？
现在的我们家这块地106平米，上面建了31层高楼大厦，卖10多万一个平米，全卖完了。
对，30多层大厦 10万一平米，10多万。
So my property, my property has a square meter of 106 square meters, and then after they demolish my property, they build a big building over my property, and now it's a 31-story building, and it's sold at the price of over 100,000 yuan per square meter.
反正就是他老婆控制上海地铁，现在中共中央常委谁都不知道。政局常委，原来上海市委书记。
Okay, so the big guy behind all this is Han Zheng. He's a member of the standing committee of the Central Chinese Party. So he's a member of the standing committee of the Central Chinese government. Okay, so the big guy is this guy. His name is Han Zheng, 对吧？然后他老婆负责这个地铁项目，
他老婆小姨子。
他老婆的小姨子哈。Okay, so
他俩，老婆和小姨子。
老婆和老婆的妹妹是吧？ Okay, so his wife, this big guy's wife, and his wife's sister, they together they either had ownership interest in those two companies or in the project of the subway. So they are the guys they are enriching on my properties. So that's why I
你
came to
要
Washington
对
DC.
刘贺说呀，你上午咋的了？你告诉大家，你没说呀？你刚才11点你干啥了？你没说呀？
今天上午11点左右，我看到刘贺您车队的人出来了，为了表达我的诉求，我跪在你们车队前，求您救救我，一无所有，流浪街头18年的老妇人。So this morning at about 11点，对吧？
对。
This morning at about 11 o'clock, I waited outside the Wheeler International Intercontinental Hotel where Vice Premier Liu He stayed, and then I saw the motorcade of Liu He. So I came, and the motorcade stopped at the red line, and I came to the intersection and knelt down in front of the car of Liu He to tell me to help me. I'm already a senior citizen. I'm 67 years old. I'm homeless and I'm penniless. Help me, Premier Liu He.
对，谢谢。那个今天上午11点多的，大姐和我们站在这个车队前面离了知道呢，突然就非常激动，对着讲，中国人我们应该站直的不趴着，但是大姐从安全的角度考虑，还有她自己的想法，这个她自己的想法，谁都不能干涉。但是刘贺这个你听到了吗？他对你寄予很大的希望。尽管你在去年1月份来的时候，也回去跟国家主席习近平汇报说再也不能拆老百姓的房子了，还应该说一句，尽快的把抢老百姓的财产和房子还给老百姓这是你应该干的事。二一个，如果你不给人民以尊严你走到世界任何一个角落，不管是刘贺、张贺、王贺、赵贺，你们都不会有面子你们想要面子，你首先要把尊严和法治、法律还给人民让人民能过上有尊严的日子，你们才能走到国际上有面子。你强拆老百姓的房子，老百姓就会强拆你的面子。记住我说过的话，谢谢大家收看。我们还有
好，我们还要讲我们现在在这里这位是陈树广，他是来自广州的访民这位是钟国伟先生，他也是来自广州的访民我是蔡秀玲，我是原来来自汕头旁边的一个小镇叫做澄海我们都是3个人都是
又被强拆了。
对呀、又被强拆了，因为他去上一下洗手间嘛，然后刚好是钟国伟先生过来给他送一点东西给他，然后他们就一起那个走开了一下子，然后帐篷就被强拆了，所以他们半夜4点呢就连夜的去搭这个帐篷哈，是访民是这么的苦啊，这个世界上哪里有这样的有人民是需要这样的艰难困苦的维权啊 ？Okay, so my name is Kai. And this is Mr. Chen Shuguang, and this is Mr. Zhong Guowei. We are all from the Guangdong province of China. All of us are victims of judicial corruption in China. Guangdong is one of the most developed economic zone of China. However, it's also one of the most corrupted area of China. So we want the central government and the Guangdong government to know our cases and our grievances and to solve our problems. And Chen Shuguang has promised that he's going to stay in the tent until his problem is solved. Thank you very much. 谢谢大家。
好，再见啊！我们明天还有好戏。对，那个说话的是陈万凤啊，上海访民。
还我财产，还我母亲，还我老公。
老公。
Also, she's saying, return my property to me, return my homeland to me, return my home to me, return my husband and my mother to me.
又哭了。
我要过正常人的生活。
I want to lead a normal life like everybody. Okay, she cannot talk. She's crying. So why do we have to go through all this? President Xi Jinping, you have to help us.
那行了，好，谢谢大家收看啊。